Packing a bug-out bag has never been more crucial. Packing a bug-out bag should be done today, before a disaster gets the opportunity to crash into a neighborhood and destroy everything in its path. Fires, storms, and even violence from our fellow man pose real-life threats that could happen at any time and with no warning. As far as protection goes, all that's needed is a little guidance to point us in the right direction. The one-stop source for all things disaster-related has now been released by Absolute Rights. It promises to improve survival chances for those who embrace its preparation plans. Get Out of Dodge is the most complete and fundamental blueprint for the ultimate crisis preparedness plan. It shows what to do in an array of natural and man-made emergencies and provides information on determining when to stay put and when to evacuate. Crucial advice when lives are on the line. When evacuation is necessary, the bug-out bag is the one piece of prepared equipment that guarantees the biggest chance of survival. Typical bug-out bags have enough supplies to last 72 hours and are packed, secured, and ready to grab in seconds. A 2011 article from the Houston Chronicle reminded Americans of the importance of bug-out bags, or go bags as they are referred to in the article. Hurricane season in the Gulf Coast brings disaster preparations to the forefront of the community's mindset, but improvements could still be made. With so many disasters in the U.S. occurring, plus international reminders like the Japanese earthquake and tsunami, Americans need to adopt a more prepared state of mind. Natural disaster, in other words, has become the nation's new normal, the article said. It's a good time to adopt a survival technique that actually is considered normal in Japan, where nature's extremes are never far from anyone's mind. Pack a go bag. The idea is to be able to leave home for safety on a moment's notice, said the piece. Yet the simple act of preparing that bag, emergency experts say, can dramatically shape an individual's fate in a hurricane, flood, fire, or other crisis. Packing that go bag is potentially life-saving for other reasons. This exercise reminds us that we are our own first responders in any life-threatening natural disaster. It's that sense of personal responsibility that needs to be inserted into our brains. The definition of disaster, according to the feds, is a widespread emergency that surpasses the local government's ability to cope. It happens all the time. Americans seem to take it for granted that they'll be protected by government officials and disaster support groups. Disaster necessities and survival kits aren't going to be delivered immediately after a crisis. It could take days or even weeks before help arrives. The mental preparation that Get Out of Dodge encourages is just as valuable as the physical skills developed with the Special Reports advice. It shares steps for preparing on a budget and how to avoid the panic and stress that accompany disasters. There are also specific guidelines for caring for children and the elderly, plus bartering techniques in the case of economic destruction. Get Out of Dodge covers it all and provides the critical information needed to get prepared practically and efficiently. Today is the day to start packing a bug-out bag and taking the other necessary steps towards disaster preparation with the Special Report. Get access to an AbsoluteRights.com subscription and a digital download of Get Out of Dodge here, www.absoluterights.com/reports/get-out-of-dodge.